Hello, welcome to Redeemer Lutheran's Midweek Devotion. I'm Pastor Aaron. Thanks for listening. Some of you know this Sunday is going to be the third week in a season we call Advent. It means He's coming. It's a season of what I like to call almost, but not quite. I'm going to move out of the picture and let the camera zoom in on the candles behind me, because that is one of the ways we track this season of almost, but not quite. So we're in this third week of Advent, and as you can see there, we started lighting the candles to blue, and then they get to light blue this third week. And people often ask, why light blue or why pink? Well, some people call it the joy candle. There's a lot of joy in the season, and joy makes us lighthearted. That could be a reason. One of the other suggestions is that it's a season of anticipation, and by the time we get to this third week near Christmas, it's almost, but not quite. We're full of anticipation, and so we have that third candle, that lighter candle, to remind us that we are in that season of almost, but not quite. It's almost Christmas, but not quite. But really, as Christians, I would like to remind you that we are always living in the season of Advent. We are always living almost at this third week in Advent. Almost, but not quite. Jesus says in the last chapter of the last book of the Bible, "See, I am coming soon." And John concludes the words by saying, "The one who testifies, the one who is the witness of all these things I have written," whose name is Jesus, says, "Yes, I am coming soon." Well, you know that the clock's going to keep ticking, and we'll be at Christmas here in a few weeks, unless Jesus comes before that. He could come with the shout of the trumpet of God, or he may come for us any moment if our time on this earth is cut short, if we die. Either way, Jesus is coming. And we always live in this season of almost, but not quite. But one day, Jesus reminds us, that time will pass. We'll have all the candles lit here in a few weeks. We'll have another special white candle here to remind us Christ is come. And at the last day, when Jesus does come, that candle's a reminder that's what it's going to be like. He's going to be here with us. And there will never be a time of almost, but not quite, because we will live in the full reality, not just of his first coming, but of his second coming. And yet it's that first coming, the reason we're celebrating Advent and Christmas right now, that prepares us for the second coming. Jesus came into the world to do what? He tells us, to save sinners, to seek and to save those who are lost. Jesus came into the world to reveal our God, the very heart of our God, to us. He's a God who loves to save even his enemies. And that's what we were. But God, in his grace, chose to show love to us by sending us his Son. This little baby whose birth we're about ready to celebrate yet again came into our world to be our perfection, to be our sacrifice, to be the one who sets everything right between sinners and a righteous God. He came to be the one who would be the serpent slayer, the one who would crush and destroy the enemies of God and his people. And you and I know from the rest of Scripture that is exactly what Jesus Christ came to do. He established this wonderful peace between us and our God. And that's why Christmas and this time of year is so special for us, because we get to review all those promises and the fulfillment of those promises. And now we are still living in this time of almost, but not quite. And we want to stay prepared. And we prepare our hearts through devotions like these. We prepare our hearts and lives through our regular worship and our Bible reading and our Bible study. You always want to be prepared, because we do not know. Today it's almost, not quite. But tomorrow it may be the day. God bless your Advent Christmas preparations, as well as your preparations for Jesus' second coming. Have a blessed Christmas.